what do you think the government can do as its first steps in improving the lot of LGBTs?
Well, I think first of all they have to recognize that LGBT are citizens of Malaysia just like anyone else, and therefore they are entitled to all the same rights as every other citizen in this country. So there should not be any differentiation, any discrimination between towards them just because they are LGBT. So when it comes to work, for example, particularly work, school, hospitals, it should be the same as everyone else. And then if they face violence of any sort, then the police should take action as they would anyone else. If I got beaten up, I expect the police to do something about it. Similarly, a transgender person should expect the same.
Recently, we also have some rather tempered comments from Mujahid. He said that, on one hand, he said that there should be no discrimination against LGBTs. On the other hand, LGBTs shouldn't challenge the value system, and that sort of thing. What do you think of those kind of comments?
Well, I think Mujahid has good intentions, but as always, it's a matter of expanding your knowledge on the issue and maybe hearing it from the most affected people themselves. I think what he needs to understand is that in Malaysia, LGBT people, the LGBT community, are quite different from what you see in the West. I think everyone's been colored by, seeing what they've seen in the West. LGBT people here in Malaysia, they're not asking for extra rights. They're asking for the same rights as everyone else. Number two, as far as I know, and I have a long history of knowing the communities, they're not particularly aggressive in demanding their rights. As you see, most of them are marginalized, and if you're marginalized, you're basically quite disempowered. So most of them don't actually, they're not demanding their rights. But what happens is, even within that passive stance, even when they're not demanding, they are discriminated against based on appearance, based on assumptions, based on stigma. We've had a schoolboy killed because he walked funny. He wasn't doing anything. Was he marching, demanding his rights? He wasn't. He was just going home. So that is the point, really, when people say it's okay, you do it in private, don't demand your rights. A lot of the time, they aren't demanding their rights, but they're facing this discrimination and violence just for being themselves. When people get thrown out of their families, like a lot of transgender people are, where are they demanding their rights? Don't you have a right to a family? To be, are some people not able to enjoy the love of their family? We're trying to keep families together. We're going on and on and on about the family, but when families throw out their own children, what do we do about that? And that's the issue. So I think it comes from a lack of understanding of what the situation exactly is.